wiggle my ears. Anyone want to come over? Everybody busy on Friday? Hi. I think I was feeling lonely. I was like, oh, it's noon. I want to do a high noon hello and see what's going on in the world. Completely impulsive, spontaneous. I don't have anything earth-shattering or anything. Yo, the sweaters you're making. So friggin' cool. Are you gonna sell them? Or are you gonna like, what's going on? They're really beautiful. Also, you take great pictures of the woods. Hi, Sarah. Wowie zowie. Oh my god, I freaking love you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much blood from my heart just shot up into my face. Oh, you're welcome, Daisy. Hi. Oh, man, I friggin' love you. I mean, I love you both. Sarah, man, we should tell a story sometime. I'm like, yeah, Rocky may have started in 2016, but I kind of got catapulted on a particular path in like 2009, and I don't know what things would have looked like without Sarah. S.A. Dizzy, I think that's a great idea. I mean, Etsy and stuff. Let me know how I can support you because it's super freaking cool. I mean, I'll totally support you by purchasing one, especially something in green is my color. Not just because it's plants. Helps bring out these things, which are looking more and more gold lately, which is interesting. Hi, how are you? It's Friday. It's a wonderful day, I guess, if that means anything. It's associated with Venus. It's Venus's day, and Venus is like all things of beauty and the things we value. And I value all of you. I just made a post on Patreon, which I was excited about, and I talk about breast health and massage, and that felt really good to do. I was excited about it. I like writing. I really like writing. I write better than I talk sometimes. It flows more naturally and smoothly down the arm and out the hand than this thing. There's not enough. It's too fiery. There's no thinking before speaking. I don't really think before I write either, but I don't know. It's just a different thing. But so that was cool. And me and Kinga went and saw this really cool tree, like just covered in some kind of ivy or I think a grape. I don't know. It's right near the house. So I'm going to bring my little plant ID book next time we go. Because that's fun. Another thing that I did this week was I made this mugwort oil. I had the oil made, but I strained it and I decided that I was going to make... Yeah, there's something about writing, right? Yeah. It's like cleaner? I don't know. It's a smoother ride for me and for the recipient of whatever message I'm trying to give. So yeah, this mugwort. So when you make an infusion, right? You get a glass jar and you put plants in it. Whether it's leaves or flowers or stems or roots or both, and of course or all of it. And it depends on the plant. It depends what your intention is for using it. But it's really, really accessible stuff. You put some plants in a jar, and then you fill the jar with whatever it is, whatever medium or menstruum again, is appropriate for the plant parts, because it's like harder to get the magic and the medicine out of roots. Like you got to work a little bit harder, just because of the woody tissue. Anyway, so I have a jar and there's mugwort in it, and I dumped a bunch of jojoba and olive oils on it because I was like, this is going to be a massage balm. I would have used a different oil if I was going to make soap with it, and if I was going to make a tincture or anything, right, I would have used alcohol or vinegar or something. So usually it infuses for 4 to 6 weeks, and this actually, due to I don't know, life stuff, the end of the year, solstice, eclipses, moving, it marinated in that jar for a little bit longer than intended, and which of course adds to potency, but also it can go either way. Like marinating or infusing things for a long duration doesn't necessarily mean it's more potent. This just happened to be the case, I think, for this one. So I made these balms. I'm really excited about it. There's 36, I think there's about 12. And then I saved some of the oil to offer just in a dropper bottle for folks who prefer that or don't use beeswax or anything, or, stuff like that. Anyway, so of course, the most fun thing when you make stuff is then you get to use it and try it, right? Because I'm not going to offer anything to any of you without test driving it. But I'm really confident in the balms and the salves that I make. But so, anyway, very verbose right now. Yo, that mugwort balm is no joke. I only have a couple data points on it, but I cannot wait to hear what the experiences of others. So I should grab it. But so I just take a little bit and I massaged it on my forehead, because mugwort is a nervine, and you can use it as a tincture or a tea or anything like that. And there's, very concrete biophysical, biochemical, the clinical herbalism stuff. It's very, very material, very three-dimensional. And then there's the more esoteric, psycho-spiritual aspects of plant medicine that, as you may imagine, I'm into both, very much into both. But really, I got started with plant medicine in the psycho-spiritual, literally talking to plants and stuff like that. And you can do both. You can do all the things. More than one thing can coexist at the same time. But I haven't been offering a lot of, besides the flower essences, I've realized that I don't go into that other aspect often enough. I'm very utilitarian, and I keep it really simple and really physical. And the mugwort inspired me just by making it. This was before physically, tangibly bringing it into my body. Hanging out with it just inspired me to show you more of what I do, and educate and advocate and create more experience of the other things available through a relationship with plant. So that night, I'm really excited to try it out, and I get some and I massage it just a little bit on my forehead, because mugwort has a great affinity for vision, dreams, our personal power, sense of independence, and wild vitality. Mugwort's also known as cronewort, and may we all live long enough and rich enough and challenging enough to reach the crone stage of our lives, no matter, regardless of chronological age. I'm super excited to be at a point in my life to imagine a future and imagine the wise elder I may be able to be. It's really exciting. So mugwort, massage on the forehead. I do a little on the cheeks, and the dreams I had, it wasn't, and I've worked with mugwort before. I've drank it, I've smoked it. It's in the Loon Love blend. Mugwort's powers grow with the lunar cycle. So hanging out with Mugwort at the new moon is going to be a different kind of experience than at the full moon. None of it's bad or better or worse or right way to do it. It's just you can really tell the cycle of the Mugwort attuned with the cycle of the moon. It's really freaking beautiful. Anyway, the dreams that I had it wasn't scary. They just were really vivid, and they were all very wild in nature, which of course is part of the Mugwort signature characteristics, awesomeness, right? Working with Mugwort reminds you of your own wild nature, and at least my experience that night in Dreamtime also allowed me to have very cool experiences in the dreamscape, like dogs. I mean, I don't often dream of dogs, actually. And when I do, it's like usually sad or like something bad happens. It's more in the fear dream. But this dream, okay, so I'll just tell you about it. So the best way I can describe it is like an Indiana Jones bridge. I think it's Temple of Doom. But like the quintessential rickety, super dangerous, exciting, exhilarating rope, some woodboard bridge across like a huge chasm, and like, imminent death is almost guaranteed. It's very, very, to me, it's very exciting. That doesn't scare me. The Indiana Jones bridge, right? That's just, I don't know. I also really enjoy Indiana Jones. Hi, Anna. Talking about my Mugwort balm on the forehead dreamscape experience. So there's the Indiana Jones bridge, and it's me, and I think I'm in like my leather poncho and just like wild Lou, like my Stetson hat with all the feathers, stuff I actually own and wear on the regular. I'll wear them next tea time. Anyway, like my adventure outfit, my adventure costume. The dream was not in color, but it was super, super detailed. And so there's another person, and I can't remember now if like I knew them or anything, but sorry, someone just called. Unknown number. Not blocked, but ignored. So this other person has these two dogs, and these are ginormous, gargantuan dogs. They're not wolves, they're not coyotes, they're definitely dogs. And they're just like really, really, really big. And then the one, kind of like Rottweiler-y color combo, like just like a big, fluffy, derpy, beautiful, black and brown, huge dog, huge, is up and is like in my face. And the person with the dog was like, oh my gosh. And I'm not afraid because I know the dog he's not going to bite me. He's not eating my face. He's just like, I guess almost like eye to eye, like third eye to third eye, like mind meld sort of thing. And he's talking to me, like his mouth is open and his paws are on my shoulders. And he's like very clearly talking to me, giving me some information, inviting me in to something, to this experience, to his world, to whatever. And it was totally a he. And he was just really, really, really beautiful. And we're talking without talking, and we're talking about like the excitement of this bridge, of this rickety, scary, imminent death guaranteed bridge, and how pumped we both are to go across it. And then there were other things. But I'm contributing this to the Mugwort for sure. I can't wait to collect more data points. And then I was like, all right, Lou, you are a scientist. Let's think scientifically. What was the tea that I had before I went to bed? And it was like skullcap. Yeah, right? It was like some skullcap and I think like lemon balm. Like it was definitely things for sleep and relaxing nervines and like chill, but nothing that also had like a specific affinity for vision or dream time. So I was like, all right, like I helped myself sleep well, which when right, because we dream like you can't dream at any point in sleep, right? Like you have to be at a certain level of REM or whatever it is. I don't know. I should have looked this up before I mentioned it, right? But we don't really dream unless we are in a deeper sleep. We have to get to a deeper sleep in order to dream. Scientifically, biologically, it also like makes sense on an energetic level. You know what I mean? Because like if your conscious mind is like still somewhat activated, you can't get to the dream brain, or you can't like, I don't know. Sometimes I think we leave and we go to wherever we come from, our spirit comes from, and like do things there and then come back. I don't know. These are just ideas I have. So of course, helping yourself have a restful sleep is going to increase the likelihood of you having some rad dreams. There's a number of things that go into, lucid dreaming. This is something also that I totally... So is that where do you know you're dreaming and you can direct your dream? I guess that's what lucid dreaming is. I have a feeling Mugwort is going to take us into doing some dream work together, which is neat. Not that Mugwort like only works when you're sleeping. So lucid dreaming is when you're aware that you're dreaming. I can do that sometimes, especially if it's scary. I'm like, I want to get out of here. Like I can wake myself up, but not in a panic way. Yeah, just like it's like changing the channel. Like I don't really want to have this experience. Also with that is like when you realize you're dreaming, you're like, this is scary and this sucks. Oh, but I'm dreaming. So maybe I can be here for this experience knowing that it's not real, or that you're not like in imminent danger. Yeah, I'm going to add that to my list of things to look into. Maybe that'll be a topic for a Tuesday tea time. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to make that mugwort available sometime over this weekend. I am catching up on a lot of work that I did not do while living where I was previously living, even though I had a bomb-ass workshop. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't do, and we don't need to get into why. But a lot of my creativity was, ironically, very, very diminished and blocked there. So I'm catching up on creative makings. I'm also catching up on, like, the business end of things. Like, I need to do a cost analysis of the balms, especially at this point in the world and supply chain things, and, you know, being a 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old Miraki. So once I get some of that stuff and like cleaning up the website, things that I couldn't do because I didn't have internet, or I could do, but on an app, and it was very hard to navigate. And one thing I learned over the past week is things that I do on my website on the app don't necessarily save, including like weights, like shipping costs have been really skewed. Anyway, so I'm juggling all the tasks of being a business owner / mystic / human who's like, I'm gonna rest when I need to rest, and hi Tara, and I'm gonna like go play with my dog every 3 hours instead of just hustling for 12 hours straight. Anyway, there'll be stuff coming. I guess was my point. But I'm super excited about the mugwort. And there's other balms too. And I was thinking about the post that I made on breast massage techniques. Tara, I miss you so much. We all have to go to the UK. Or you should come here. Figure that out in 2021. I want to have a really, really big party. And my party, I mean party. That's what I mean. That's the word I want. There's so many incredible folks from all over the place. That's why I was so excited about getting like a mobile Marikai thing going and driving around. But I am super happy with my nest. I think I made a really, really, really good choice for myself, even though it was the not obvious one and kind of like the scariest. It's like, it's scary for me to like sign a year-long lease and like commit to this. Not that I'm non-committal. It's not that I'm non-committal. I just like my escape routes. Oh, Lucia. Oh, honey, Tara, some people suck here too. Have you heard anything about America? But people here in the Meraki community is pretty fantastic. You'll have a great time. Yeah, and we'll go to the beach. We'll go to New England, which is where I've spent a lot of my time, and then the Mid-Atlantic, and then we'll go to the Carolinas, and then we'll go to Arkansas, and then we'll go out to New Mexico, and then we'll go to California. Yeah, it'll be great. We'll just roam around with the dogs and the plants, and a warm, open attitude. Anyway, I'm just gabbing. I think I was a little lonely. That's fair, right? Do you guys want to... Oh man, don't move across the pond just for me. But you've met enough people through here. You would have tons of friends. Yo, and you would probably thrill it business-wise. So Stonewaller Girl is our friend Tara, and Tara's an incredible stonemason and builds incredibly beautiful things with stone. She's an earth worker, and she's like, my connection with nature isn't strong. I'm like, you literally move earth on a daily basis, baby. And you speak dog. Yeah, maybe that's what we should talk about that too. Like, we should do a time, whether it's tea time or some other time, of like how to, like, the basics of connecting with the natural world. Because I think sometimes we assume things are common knowledge and they aren't. And even if they are common to some people, everyone has their own take on things and is like really, really interesting and beautiful. And I don't know if anyone remembers, we had a tea time and our friend Mandy came in and was talking about how in each room of her house, she has the tools for relaxation. And it seems like such a simple idea, right? Of like, yeah, in every single room of your house, have a candle or a rock or like a squishy, soft, cozy blanket or like whatever your basic tools are for relaxation, chilling, meditating, whatever version of sitting still and being with yourself in a mindful way. Yeah, like, you don't need a room for it. Like, have that space available in every room of your house. Like, my head totally exploded with, like, how brilliant that was, right? Like, yeah, I know the importance of relaxation and da-da-da-da, and, like, I have my tools. But, wow, to have that, like, to increase the accessibility of it. That's the beauty of the Meraki times together, is people share these things. It seems so simple, and you're like, oh, life-changing. And the best part of it is, right, is like we exchange it just because. It's not like, for 3 easy payments of $19.95, I will be your guru and tell you all the secrets. There's a balance between those 2 points. We should, of course, appropriately compensate people for their labor and their wisdom and their studies and their expertise and all those things. I'm running into a bit of a backlash after releasing Patreon, which is interesting to get messages from folks who are like, I see you, I appreciate you, you changed my life, I love you, da 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 da. And then I'm like, yo, you got $3 a month? And they're like, no. I'm like, you don't though? I'm not here to be seen, I'm here to support. I'm building. I am a bridge and not the rickety Indiana Jones death trap bridge. People think you can just give this stuff for free forever. Sorry, I'm not mad about it. I'm slightly insulted by some people's comments to me. Like, sort of like, how dare I monetize 20 years of study and a lot of emotional labor? How dare I try and monetize my skills of creating a safe community? So weird of me. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, we'll have a big party, and we'll pick different plants to hang out with in the various forms, and we'll dance and laugh, and I don't know, travel and explore. I'm really excited. I'm hoping I can get to the desert in the spring to see the desert bloom, because I've never seen that happen yet. That's my big goal, but really my goal is paying my rent every month. This will be fine. Totally be fine. And other costs of living. So yeah, the mugwort is coming this weekend. What else is coming this weekend? There's like no soaps right now. So yeah, it's gonna be probably like a week and a half of just like production, which I'm excited about now that I'm settled in. Oh my gosh, I got my printer working yesterday, even like wireless. That was like a really big success for me. Yeah, I wish we could pay for things in plants. Yeah, my landlord would not be down for that. I will say though, my landlord, which is like such a fucking, I can't not even believe that we still use that phrase, but it's like the best phrase for it, isn't it? So nice guy. And he had totally checked out MirakiPharmacy.com and all this stuff, like before I even signed the lease or whatever. And he's a businessman in town, and whatever. I think he was more curious than he was vetting me. And it was really cool. So he signed the lease, and I give him all my money and all that stuff, and he gives me the keys. I'm like, all right, thanks, see ya. Because I need to like cry in my empty, echoey apartment, right? And he says, oh, I would like to purchase 2 bars of Calm the Itch soap for my wife because da 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 da. Yo, he knew the name of the soap and how much it cost and what was in it and what it was used for. And I was like, that made me feel really good, but also I was kind of impressed by him. And then, of course, I was like, oh, I'll gift it to you. He's like, no. So whatever. I gave it to him at a discount price. And then he called me the other day to, 1, tell me to move my trailer. And 2, that his wife was really enjoying the soap. I thought that was really cool. But I can't even do the math to think of like how many soaps and tinctures and everything is the equivalent of my rent, which is part of what I'm doing with cost analysis and things like that. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I think he appreciates it. I hope so. He might just be, very utilitarian. But I thought that was sweet because he didn't have to do that at all. Yeah, and he's like caring for his wife. I'm making all sorts of assumptions about it, but it was really cool. I've actually been extremely fortunate in the whole landlord-tenant relationships. I told this guy too that I'm renting from now, I was like, listen, you should know that the last 2 landlords I have, we talk on a weekly basis. We're friends. We send each other Christmas cards. Like we're homies for life, which is super beautiful. Really, I think, especially the potentials of all the ways that power dynamic can look. Right, friends? Yes. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, he's no nonsense. And then he called me and he's like, Lou, move your trailer. I was like, I got it. Sorry. It's a small trailer. I just like, I didn't have a place to put it. And I was like, the lights don't work on it. I think I'm not as together as I seem sometimes, friends. No, I'm honest. I also, moving takes a lot out of you. It's like a lot of things get processed when we move. We all have things about home and belonging and resources and security, and moving is a lot, not just like the physical logistics of like schlepping all your shit everywhere, right? And you'd think at this point, I mean, I've moved, how many times in 3 years? But yeah, I like fatigued definitely fatigued from moving. And then also the relief of it, of being in here, of living alone again, which is really good for me. I have needs. I have needs in home space, and like everyone needs a relaxing, safe place to call home. What that looks like for me is, specific to me and my needs, and is so fucking non-negotiable. Like, shit happens, and like stress is part of everyday life. We talk about this all the time, but never in my life, especially at this point in my life, as a grown-up with choice and autonomy and agency, never in my life will I be in a living situation for any sort of extended period of time where like I don't want to go home, or it is stressful to be home, or it is like anticipation of like housemates or whoever, or partner or whoever coming home. I like, nope. My creativity is like completely buried. It's just, no, I can't even, not even a little bit. I really can't. It's like re-traumatizing. It's, my nervous system is like highly reactive to that. And turns out that I don't have to like sedate myself with a bunch of Nervines and like just like use my tools to deal with it. No, that's a shitty living situation. It is not conducive. It does not set me up for success, and I'm freaking out. Anyway, much better to be here. And I got cool lights, and King has a couch. It's very great. I think you are as strong as me, and I don't know if it's strength as much as like when you know, or when you know what you got to do, you know what you got to do. I don't know. But thank you. I mean, maybe it's strength. I think I'm just kind of, I'll take it. I'm strong, sure. But I also like, continuously kind of put myself in situations that I don't really need to be in. And then I like watch myself stay longer than I know I should, because I'm like, I'm gonna not like, this time will be different, but like, let me wring out every possible drop of experience or learning from this. It's like really silly a little bit, Lou. I stay longer often, longer than I need to, but I'm reconfiguring that pattern for sure. It's a practice. There is no end point. None of this is linear. Like we talk about the spiral. You spiral in and you spiral out. And oftentimes, like, I think there's a lot of judgment. Like, oh, that person just never learns. Or like, oh, same old with them. It's like, I think that's part of the human experience, everybody. Like, we revisit certain themes and lessons and things in our lives because it's never really over. And it's so nuanced, and there's so many layers, and it's kind of what we sign up for coming down to Earth School or whatever. I don't know. It's a dance. Yeah. And so a lot of those patterns, right, I think are like totally human, and also like I think it's so much conditioning, and it's so much, hey, Gare. It's so much conditioning. It's so much like subconscious stuff, right? This is the importance of shadow work and shadow school and expanding your consciousness into yourself. Like, yeah, like learn everything there is to learn about the world too, but like really experiencing your inner landscape takes a lot of time and like daily practice, and a lot of things go into that. So like early childhood, so much stuff gets laid down. A lot of things we're really unaware of. We're this animal being, we're a mammal, and we are a product of hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, and so much of our behaviors, and even like mental systems are deeply rooted in survival, right? And yet we live in such a very, very, very different world. But we still got that reptilian brain. We also have this frontal lobe where we can like make choices and imagine new possibilities. And then there's the whole trauma thing, right? Which, really alters so many aspects of our being. And there's a lot of stuff that just gets laid down early, just being humans, right? And we're humans being raised by humans who are raised by humans. Our parents are people too. And some, just like all people, right? Like there's a spectrum of skill. And then there's the generational things, right? Like the things that were acceptable in parenting, 4 generations ago to now. Like socially, we change so quickly and evolve so quickly, and also we don't. Like it's a lot of things coexist at the same time. And I don't think there's any right answer, right? And like the practice is like, oh wow, I'm doing that thing again. Oh, I'm doing that thing. I'm perpetuating that thought pattern or that relationship style or whatever. And really, I think what it comes down to is how conscious are you of you and what you're doing. And of course, it's like making very different choices on with whom you relate and spend your time with and share and be intimate with and make relationship with. And, like the cliches of like, oh, he married his mother. Like, yeah, humans do that. Like not specifically your mom, but, yeah, like the parent-child relationship is fucking huge. Like I can't imagine like, not that I'm into hierarchies, but like, and not like one thing is more important than the other, but the significance of the parent-child paradigms is like, hello, fucking huge. Oh my God. Yeah. I was living with a version of my dad, and I cannot believe like what subconscious mechanisms were even at play that at this point in my life and this point in my family and everything, it's like, we still do it. It's like, if you can detach enough from it, it's like fucking surreal and bizarre. So being human is so crazy. Like it really is. It really is. Yeah. Continuing to, I gotta get curtains. I watch people, which means people can see me. I gotta get curtains. Friends, send curtains. Yeah, to like watch yourself perpetuate or like do something you shouldn't be doing. It's not like the worst thing, like, oh, it's just a hot dog. It's like, yeah, doing that thing again. How do I do this differently? And then not just how do I do this differently or how do I break that pattern, but what is under it, right? Like what, just like with medicine, and we talk about this, right? You can like topically treat a boo-boo, or you can treat some symptoms without getting to the root causes of the actual disease. And like, how far are you going to get, Did anyone catch the boo-boo? Dude, look how good that looks. Look how, can you tell? The neighbor dog is home. Boo-boo balm. I'm telling you, I cut off a giant chunk of my finger the other day. Boo-boo balm is the shit. Hi, Kinga. Thank you, Kinga. Yeah, that's Ziggy. Ziggy's mom or dad just came home. There's like 8 units, I think, and 7 dogs. That's good math. That's real good math. I like it. Holy cannoli, where does the time go? It's almost time for me and Kinga to take a break from being inside and go back outside. Thanks for joining. That was just kind of like a random talk of a bunch of different things. I'll share it so you guys can hear the stories. Does anyone have anything for me before I blast off to the outside? Hi! I love this. I don't feel as lonely anymore. So thanks for coming by and just like listening to me ramble. Soon these things are going to be, I'm waiting for a couple more folks to join in on Patreon, and we're going to do videos, live events. Oh, thank you. Yeah, message me. And I want to do like more Zoomy things so that we can interact in a different way. So that's going to be cool. Starting in February, I think tea times, maybe half the tea times of the month are going to be via Zoom and donation. So you send like $5 to $15 and your email address, and then I send you the Zoom link, and then we'll all get together and do tea time. And if you can't make it live, you'll still have the link or whatever, and you can still like see tea time and watch tea time. But yeah, I'm excited for these things. And fuck all the haters who are like, you can't monetize your business. Girl, I don't want to time that. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. It's Venus Day. So do something of value to you. Do something that's beautiful and lovely. One thing I decided I was doing this week, because it's inauguration week, is I usually do this anyway, but I'm increasing the frequency and duration. I'm picking up trash. That's the mood I'm in. Picking up trash. I will pick up other people's trash. I will. And then I will shame them a little bit by like making a little sign in their pile of trash. No, I'm just going to put it in the trash can. Anyway, love you bunches. Thanks for spending time with me. And we will see you. Yeah, I got no problem picking. Like, emotional trash, I ain't dealing with. But, like, trash on the ground, I will pick. Yes, wear gloves. Yeah, some people are fucking gross. Anyway, you're not gross. You're wonderful. Thanks for being here. Maybe turn on notifications this weekend. But I would expect a really fun shop update. Something or other, depending how much I get my shit together, how much fun I decide to have. Sometime before the next full moon. All right. Any questions, comments, queries, you can totally DM me, email me, call me, whatever. Don't call me. I'm going outside. But message me. And we'll see you really soon.